Reports from trusted analysts claim that there will be a better FaceTime in addition to better iPads in 2019. We hear that Samsung is already considering killing the iris scanner for obvious reasons. And if you have an iPhone 5, it's about to become obsolete in ways you don't want. I'm Jaime Rivera, and the only problem with having so many t-shirts is not remembering which one I used 2 weeks ago and making this boring. This is Pocketnow Daily, sponsored by Ting. The official news today begin with deals. If you're in the market for devices like the iPhone XS or iPhone X, eBay currently has some very interesting first-minute deals that are going to work between November 1st and November 11th, where, depending on what you're looking for, you get up to $100 off devices like the iPhone XS. You can learn more in the description. Now, speaking of iPhones, there are some sad news when it comes to planned obsolescence. Kind of understandable. I mean, if you're currently rocking an iPhone 4S or an iPhone 5, that device is apparently about to be considered obsolete, or should I say it's already considered obsolete, meaning there are no parts for it, you can't get any repairs, you definitely need a new phone. I mean, I think the iPhone 5 is what, like 6 years old? iPhone 4S is from 2010, that would be 8 years old. I still have an iPhone 4S and I love that phone, but there are also Macs on this list, so follow the link in the description if you want to see that. Now let's talk about the Samsung Galaxy F, aka the possible foldable device that we should hear about over the next few days at the Samsung developer conference. We've got model names being leaked in firmware, and the most interesting part are the specs, things like 512 gigs of storage, and also the fact that sources claim that Samsung has been working really hard with Google on how Android is going to work on this phone/tablet, which I'm really happy for because we've seen this whole idea of making a phone into a tablet with terrible implementation. Now let's move the spotlight over to Samsung, as we've got other trusted sources claiming that that iris scanner that can become very annoying every now and then is no longer going to be part of devices. That could be the case of the Galaxy S10, for example. Why? Well, I love the whole concept of how secure the iris scanner is, but we have to admit it's like really bad when it comes to its implementation and just how well it does in, scanning your eye and everything. It's clunky, sometimes it doesn't work, it's not reliable. So Samsung is working hard on things like the on-display fingerprint scanner. We hear rumors of a possible Face ID that could not. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be more the on-display fingerprint scanner. And with the testing that we've been doing on devices like the OnePlus 6T and the Huawei Mate 20 Pro, I have a lot of good positive vibes for that. And finally, the hot news today have to do with Apple and predictions for what to expect in the future. It's hard to deny that at Apple's event, not everything that we were expecting was announced, things like AirPower, new AirPods, and surely we wanted an upgrade to the iPad mini because the current one is, what, 4 years old? So according to Ming-Chi Kuo, it seems that we are getting new iPads and a replacement to that iPad mini, but that doesn't seem to be happening until late next year. We also hear that there will be a significantly improved version of Face ID, things like 3D modeling also coming, and apparently the next iPad Pros will be able to support it. A lot of things that are focused on iPad, and it gives me, I don't know. Let me know in the questions today. What do you think? I mean, do you care about iPads? I currently have a 9.7-inch iPad Pro, which I use for this video. And surely I want the new iPad Pros, but my iPad still works great. I mean, is this, like what we've seen right now, enough for you to want to upgrade? Leave us a comment down below, and as well, we would like to ask you to stay until the end for a message from our sponsor. And before we end today's episode, let me tell you about today's sponsor, Ting. Ting does mobile service differently. There are no startup fees, no contracts, no plans. Best of all, you only pay what you use. There's a full nationwide LTE coverage, and it works with old phones as much as it does with new ones. Use code pocketnow.ting.com to try it out for free, whether that's $25 off your service or $25 off your next phone. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to both our channels, English and Spanish, for more videos like this one. You can also follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera, on Instagram at Jaime Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week.